again to Marilyn Hawes, and it's been a difficult week, hasn't it? With one or two things, you've had a bit of trauma doing your show, haven't you?
Well, trauma in as much, yeah. You mean who I interviewed yesterday? Yeah, and I would urge you when Rodney puts this out. Some of you may have been familiar with the lovely mummy called Siobhan White, and her daughter was brutally, savagely murdered at a migrant hotel. You might remember it. He was caught on camera laughing and dancing around her near dead body. And it took her 3 days before she actually passed away. Now, I always try to be professional, but this really got me. And I have to tell you, if you don't know, because Rodney, this we know will go across America, our Prime Minister, who is dead from the neck down and soulless, and you can see it in his eyes, hasn't even replied to 4 letters where she would like to talk to him. So at the end of this interview, I ask her, what would you say if he now came face to face? So when it goes out, watch it.
There you
And
go.
uh, and then I'm going to have another lady, if you remember the awful story again of somebody cocaine, wasn't it? That was his name, or Calcone or whatever his name. Should never
Okay,
have
yeah.
been let out. Black guy should never have been let out. Had mental health issues and should never have been let out of being sectioned and viciously stabbed 2 students in Nottingham and a very lovely man who was driving a bus or a lorry. And the mother, Emma, is going to come on my show soon as well. So there's some good stuff coming up, and I thank Rodney for putting it all out there because this is what I like to do, is to raise what might be the elephant in the room in people's lives. It could happen to you tomorrow. Siobhan never got up that day believing at the end of that day her daughter would be dead. Same with Emma Webber and her family. You think they're safe at university. She thought all that stuff. It could happen to us. And even more so now with all the migrants that are coming in. You've got to be really careful. And so I don't think we can ever take for granted that it won't happen to us. So, listen in and listen in. Yeah, that you have to listen to it because so rarely do you get like nearly an hour to talk about your stuff because you go on mainstream media and it's like 5 minutes or 7 minutes if you're lucky. And so she really managed to unpack stuff that was really being held inside. So keep an eye out for that one.
There you go. Well, we've got to go from that to multi-millionaires and even billionaires. Is this good news for a change? No, it's not, because the people with the real money, the real activity,
Mm.
energy, enthusiasm in their 20s and 30s are leaving the United Kingdom in
Yes.
their droves.
Can you blame them?
No, and there's no future for them. That's the
No,
main reason they say.
no,
Too
no.
many taxes, not a nice place to live, especially if you're in urban areas. And Britain has changed. Of course, it's changed. It's changed culturally, mega style.
Oh, huge, huge. Never saw that one coming in the I would say in maybe it's been creeping up for years, but and it has because the Tories are no better. But it's suddenly it's like at the end you drip, drip, drip with a drippy tap going into a pint jug or a litre jug. And then it gets to the point where it just overflows. And that's what's happened. It's been drip, drip, drip with open borders and all of that. And now it's just become something else incredibly awful. And I mean, I don't blame them for leaving. I can't see, unless something radical happens, I can't see my grandchildren living here unless there is some radical change. I mean, they're very young, but I wouldn't want them to live here. I mean, if I could, I would leave. I would leave. I mean, it's just a disgusting place.
Let's draw a line under it by saying, and this is absolutely true, we are now living in, whether you like it or not, whether you like the phrase that I'm going to use or not, we are now living in a communist model
Oh,
state.
100%.
And the
100%.
communist model is very simple. It's everybody is equal, therefore we cut the cake equally, except for us, the big controllers. And you look around the world and you see the rich and the famous, they're the big
Hmm.
control us.
Hmm.
They may be called oligarchs, they may be called presidents, whatever they call themselves. The humble pleb gets his slice of the cake, whether he sits on his sofa or works all the hours. And that is communism, because it's fair on everybody. No, it's not. Number
No.
one, it is not fair on the people that work really hard to keep people sat on their sofas.
And
Am I talking about the United Kingdom, folks? Yes.
yeah, and we didn't vote for this. That's what gets me. We didn't vote for it. And I knew when it was the election, I thought, please, please don't vote for Starmer. Don't vote for him. And I just was so sad. And I thought, I know what's going to happen. And and you knew what was going to happen. And I think the older generation also knew, but the youngsters bought into it. We want change. And I kept saying, you wait, it won't be the change you think. He is a nightmare. He's poison. And Andy Burnham's no better.
No,
I
and
think he could be worse.
it's not just our leaders
No.
that we have mentioned. It is the backbenchers. It is those coming out of university that have been
Mm-hmm.
brainwashed into the
Absolutely right.
communist Marxist ideal, and
Mm.
they are controlling Starmer. He's dangerous enough on his own. Now
Yeah,
he's doubly dangerous. And as
absolutely.
we mentioned this on a number of occasions, it's worth mentioning that we have in Spain here, where we are at the moment, an extreme left-wing government like the UK, and they are suffering monumentally in every direction except Madrid, because some of the autonomous regions, unlike Scotland and Wales, are quite successful in their home government. And the lady in charge of Madrid is attracting people. How's she doing it? Well, she's just saying, we're cutting taxes for you. And the taxes have gone down about 30% overall. That's a big tax cut. And where are the people from Britain going? They're going to not just Australia, they're going to Madrid and
Mm,
the US,
mm.
because there you can earn a good crust, enjoy yourself, and as a bonus, there's a bit of sunshine. And you've had that in the last 10 days. You like it most of the
We,
time
we
anyway.
got it. We got it today. That's why I'm wearing a sundress.
Oh, there you go.
And no, we've had some amazing weather. I mean, I can't remember when it was. Was it 4 weeks ago when I was in Bermuda, and they had this wall-to-wall blue sky, sunshine, and we've had it again all week. It's extraordinary. Anyone that's been on holiday in England or can afford to go on holiday in England, has had a good week. And it's been half term, so it's nice for the children because I always think it's such a shame when they get a holiday or and then we've had 2 weeks of sunshine, then they have a half term or something or Easter and it pours with rain. So they've had a great time, the kids, at half
Yeah,
term.
wait for July and August. It'll happen again, no doubt. To put things into perspective, you lot are a lot of wimps up there in the United Kingdom. Uh, this weekend here, and this is hot for Spain in May, all right, the end of May, 37 degrees.
Yeah.
Now that's blood heat. And I have a theory that I've asked the medics and they don't know. But when you get above 30, you feel it. There is the body sort of fights back. And I
Yeah.
reckon the reason is the blood temperature, of course, is
And I mean, we had 36 and no, it's trying to keep cool that's the problem. So there's
it is.
no,
And when it comes above blood temperature, don't forget
yeah,
blood is there to keep you cool as well.
yeah, that's right. And
Then
there's
the
no
body fights
aircon.
back and it really gets uncomfortable. So we got that already this year. And
Yeah.
the real killer is in two senses. The water has killed 10 young people in Britain this
Yeah.
year,
Oh, it what always happens
jumping into
everywhere. Always happens, doesn't it? They never
it.
listen. And it was Sharon Davis, actually, she put something out on Twitter to say if you are overheated, the most dangerous thing is to go crashing into a cold sea
Yeah.
because it's such a shock on the whole. I mean, it's not rocket science, is it?
Well, the mechanics of it, of course, have been spelled out this year,
Mm,
particularly. And
yeah,
that is your body goes into involuntary shock,
yeah.
sucks in the water and drowns you.
That's right. That's right. I mean, and the other thing is, of course, you can jump off a cliff and you don't know if there's a hidden rock underneath. A lot of people kill
No,
themselves that
that's
way.
well.
I mean, that's another risk, but I mean, the temptation to go and throw yourself in the river is, is
And
obvious.
it is a shock. I mean, we're mad boaties, as you know,
Mm,
and I've been cast overboard for one reason or another. And it is a shock. And,
yeah, yeah,
you
it
can't
is.
control your breathing and you're
Mm,
fighting to get to the top of the water. And if you
hmm
fall in with a big Aran sweater, then
mm,
you do fight to get to the top,
yeah,
believe you me.
yeah,
So
no.
it's a dangerous place.
It is. Water needs to be very, very much respected. And I don't think the young people do. I think and in a way, I always think that about Bermuda. The water is so inviting, but there are tides around the island that, I mean, well, I nearly saw my end last year. I was like washed up on the beach, looking like I don't know what, covered in pink sand. I'd got stuck in a thing of as the waves come in, and it's got a big drag, and it dragged my feet away from me, and the next thing I know, I'm in a washing machine going round and round and round, and I thought, oh my golly, I lost my sunglasses. It felt forever before I came up, and when I did come up, the wave crashed onto the sand, and I went splat, and I was covered in this pink sand. I looked a hideous mess. And my little granddaughter was going, "Mummy, mummy, I can't find Nana," and she was sort of like, it's like, oh my God, where's she gone? And suddenly, I can still remember it now. I was really frightened, and I thought that I couldn't. And I'm a good swimmer, but I couldn't get out of this like force, And it is the waves, the rip tides. People don't realize. I mean, there's a lot of rip tides down in Cornwall. And you have to be careful. You really do have to be careful.
Yeah, we do. We've got a magnificent tidal range, 30 odd feet actually in spring tides, and that's a real force.
Yeah.
And one shouldn't forget that the sea temperature average around Britain at the moment is 10 degrees.
But
Now, that is vital because if you're hot and then you go into 10 degrees, plus the effect of water itself, that is mega. To give you another example, around Mallorca at the moment, it's particularly warm sea. We're at 25.5 in May.
wow, warm
Now,
bath
that
stuff.
is a record. And therefore, you get no sea breezes
Yeah,
to cool you off on the beach, even because the sea breeze, as everybody knows, is caused by hot land
yeah,
sucking in the cold sea temperature. And when you ain't got that difference, then you're going to get no sea breezes.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
not as bad down here. We're near the Atlantic, near Gibraltar, where the Atlantic meets the Med. And we actually get about a foot of tide here.
I know. It's
The Med
ridiculous.
doesn't do that normally, it's just a couple of inches. But it does gives a little bit of refreshment.
Mm, mm.
Sea temperatures here are actually cooler than even further up north in the Med.
Well, I wouldn't even go in the sea anymore around here. I mean, if you don't understand why I'm saying that, you should access on Netflix a thing called a documentary called Dirty Business, and it is the water companies and the filthy water, the sewage coming out on the beaches. One little girl died of kidney failure. All across my like Dorset that used to have blue flag beaches is absolutely disgusting. I won't let my dogs swim in the water now in the rivers. I always check what is what's the safe what do they call it? I don't know. They show how much muck might be in it, and if I
Yeah,
won't risk it because she's elderly, and that you get an enzyme, something like that, in her gut, and that's it. I wouldn't let my children go in any seawater around here. I really wouldn't. And I was worried because my son and his little ones, they were down at Weymouth. Now Weymouth was always a blue flag beach. And I saw them standing by a photo of them standing by the water's edge, and I thought, oh golly, I so hope they haven't gone in. But I'm only Nano, I can't say anything.
yeah, there you go. Moving on again. Fed up of lies. The whole population of UK and Spain are fed up of lies and liars in the politicians.
Mm,
This present one our Starmer, if you like, Pedro Sanchez, both he and his wife are about to be put in jail unless they can squeeze out of it, and they usually can. It's very, very corrupt.
What have they done?
Oh, well, corruption, embezzlement, all sorts of things. It's so easy to take advantage of the power position, especially in Spain. There
Can't
is a
believe.
great weakness to Spain that most people don't realize.
No.
And that is we're fortunate, believe it or not, in the United Kingdom because of our justice system. But yeah, and you laugh, and I laugh. Ha
Really?
ha. Yeah, but I tell you what, nothing like Spain.
Wow.
Justice is available here, but you've got to wait 6, 7, and 8 years for it. Therefore, slow justice is no justice.
That's right.
By which time the company you're suing has gone bump, and they
Mm,
know it. And that's why a lot of the baddies come to Spain,
mm.
and the south of Spain in particular.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
And
mean,
you've got a concoction here that's not healthy. And if you're buying anything here, the consumer protection is awful.
mm,
Again, because the legal system, and if somebody holds you up with a gun, fine. The police, there's enough police here, so we're ahead of the game, not like Britain. But if it takes you, and there's enough prisons here, but if it takes you that long to get
mm,
anybody,
mm.
you're not getting justice.
No,
You get no
absolutely.
compensation. I mean, we have been involved in a court case, straightforward, with a road builder, and he's been had, and he's guilty. And therefore, the 30,000 pesetas, thank you very much. You stole that from us. We can expect it back. No, you can't,
Yeah.
because he's an Englishman and he's not going to come back to Spain.
No.
And therefore, and it's taken us 6.5 years to get this far and
Good
a lot of
grief.
expense. And blow me down, of course, court costs are made against the villain. No, they're not. In Spain, if the villain's gone, Muggins and other Mugginses have to pay the court costs, which are not inconsiderable.
Wow. I mean,
So,
that's dreadful. I
but
mean,
it goes on the whole of Spain.
yeah, yeah, that's just it's awful. It is awful, isn't it? So you don't hear about those stories, do you? But I've noticed a lot in the press over here lately that there's a lot of, and I don't know whether this is a missive given from Lord Hermer, or I don't even know who the Lord Chancellor is at the moment. But it must be at least six judges that have like let Muslim rapists go free. And I mean, really, they've got to clear out this swamp
Well,
of
the
youngsters.
classic one, of course, is the Manchester airport one.
I mean, oh my goodness, how could they? How that absolutely,
Everybody's seen the video. Of course,
I've
you're
seen the
guilty.
video. How can they not? How can they not have a third trial? And that man with the beard, that one with the beard, smiling behind his beard, like, yeah, I've won. Oh, the arrogance of them. But how can you? I mean, that is rankly. I mean, that is outrageous assault on the police. Absolutely horrendous. And I don't understand how they walked away from that one. Then you've got uh, what we wait to see what happens with the Henry Novak, and then
Yes.
we've got the one with the two teenage boys that raped the girls on two separate occasions in the toilets in can't remember who it was now. Was it Bournemouth or Brighton? Southampton? No, Southampton's Novak. There's so many of them, but these judges
Bournemouth.
are letting them walk. And I put out on Twitter this morning. I don't know who's directing these judges, but this
Well, it's Lord
swamp.
Herman behind all this.
Sorry.
It's Lord Herman that's
Yeah, that's
behind
what I
it.
said. I think it has to be Herma because, the swamp has to be emptied of these awful judges. It really does. It's not justice. It's dreadful. And again, no interest in the victims.
No.
It's just outrageous how they can wear the cloak and the wig and honestly sleep at night. I just don't get it. Are they threatened with losing their job or a seat on the bench if they do the right thing?
Well, largely it's they've been utterly, completely brainwashed from when they were
But
toddlers.
they know the law. Even I know the law. I've got the whole book on the sentencing council. I've got it when it all changed in 2007. I've got, I mean, it's just not right. And people should be, and I wish they would, people should be and can appeal. You don't need a lawyer. You just make your case and you write it to the Lord Chancellor, to the Attorney General. It has to be not just lenient, it has to be unduly lenient. And anyone can do that. And they've got 28 days to reply. Anyone can do it. You don't need a barrister. And I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that I could. I was so angry when my boys got abused and the guy walked free. I thought, I'm not having that. And so I just kept on writing. And I didn't realize that what I'd done, anybody can do. And time and there'd be a lot of people that should be appealing about some of these sentences. They're just dreadful. And the
Yes,
people can, the victims can, their families can, anyone can.
it's difficult, and you need a lot of resilience.
Yes, and you're also up against Lord Hermer. When it was my time, it was Goldsmith, and he was fantastic. Peter Goldsmith, really nice guy. But I mean, Hermer will probably just chuck you in the bin.
Yes, together with many other people in the same ilk. But saying that, yeah, there are lots of court cases going on at the moment, and people are plainly guilty. They're getting away with it. The other big thing with our justice system, of course, is the police.
Mm.
And it's not the local bobby. It's the guys at the top of the tree
Yeah,
that are earning phenomenal
yeah,
amounts of
that's
money,
right. That's
getting
right.
phenomenal pensions. In other words, it's at chief constable level. And
Absolutely.
a lot of them want getting rid of when
Uh,
this sort of things happen. It's their woke views
it is.
that
It
are
is.
letting people, as you've mentioned, Henry being cuffed while he's dying.
Dreadful. How, and these were female police officers. And he was saying, I'm dying. I can't breathe. I mean, how awful. I mean, ju just awful. Oh, and the other thing, did you see the other day? Because I don't think we mentioned it last time. And I was on, what was I on? Talk TV about it, and GB News actually, about Hugh Edwards.
Yes.
Now, I made my point that said he had his chance in court. And therefore, he's lied under oath. If he thinks he's not guilty, he said he was guilty under oath. And it was all there to see on his phone. So now he wants to come and make, with I think it's Channel 4 or Channel 5, he wants to state his side of the story, but he should have done that in court. He's an absolute grotesque, grubby little toad. And I don't care that if he's got mental health issues, if he's got this, if he's got, oh, he had a bad childhood. Lots of people have bad childhoods. Lots of people have mental health. Lots of people had autism and ADHD. And he's pulling it. He didn't look like that when he was doing the Queen's funeral. He looked perfectly okay, thank you very much, and all the other news things he's done. He's just playing all the cards. And you had your time in court. And if you lied and said, and of course they only say guilty, don't they? Because that way they don't have to be cross-examined. So the grubbiness of your crimes doesn't come out. Well, tough.
Yeah. You mentioned there, talking about Henry, that it was two WPCs. This is going to be difficult and now going to be popular again. But this answers a lot of questions, actually. We have doubly checked on this, and it is there were two women police officers at the scene. And this is difficulty because when you're on the front line like that, you've got to think quick and act quick. And of course, women can do just as well as men, but they have not got the strength. And my guess could be, sorry, ladies, to say this, often cuffing. You can see why they do it, whereas a man would not do that because he has the strength to retain somebody that possibly could give him an injury.
I get that, but that's not actually the point. The boy said, I have been stabbed. And one of them said, I don't think so, mate. Well, if you've been stabbed 5 times, I'm sure you're going to see some blood. And then I think, wasn't it the coroner or somebody said, and I can't remember who it was, oh, well, he would have died anyway. I beg your pardon. He's not a tin can that you're going to put in the bin. He's a human being. I mean, I would be absolutely furious if I was Mrs. Novak. He was going to die anyway. Like, oh, like it was like a little bit of liver, just chuck it away.
Well, I am guessing, but when the fullness of this comes out, because it is very important case, this for a lot
Yes,
of other people, of where
yes,
we are with woke and fear of saying anything as a white person against a black person
yes.
and many other things,
I
then
feel, I
I
think,
wonder whether that man's life could have been saved.
well, that's it. And because the guy had run for the police and not the ambulance, so that delayed time. I mean, did he not know about doing the ambulance? But he must have done 999 and asked for the police. But nonetheless, yes, there's always that question, isn't there? There's always that question. Hindsight's amazing, isn't it? Could you? But you don't turn around and say, oh, well, he'd have died anyway. That is just awful. Absolutely awful. Oh, yes. I mean, what do you say? And I think for me, I mean, I know where it happened because I'm from Southampton. So for me, I feel it a little bit more deeply because it's my hometown. And I don't know that should that make any difference? I don't know, but it just feels that it has. It would be like with you if something happens like where you lived on the Isle of Wight and you lived there, you sort of like it seems to register more somehow. And he was a student at Southampton University, wasn't he? And it's just lovely young man, dreadful. Absolute. How many more of these are we going to have to see? And again, Starmer has not responded.
Oh, of course he's not. He's guilty.
Yeah,
He is guilty. He can stop this straight away and just
exactly. He's got blood on his hands. He
yes,
really
he
has,
has.
as has Mahmood.
Right, let's go to more lies and involves the aforementioned man. Of course, oh, the figures are great. The net migration figures. Look what we've done. Yeah, we can really see. And again, they massage and fudge the figures.
But
Eight,
they must think we're stupid, Rodney. We can see it with our own eyes. We're not dim. I mean, you think, what planet are you living on that you think you're doing this great job for Britain? We know you're not. Millions and millions of us know.
well, it's the gaslighting again.
Yes.
The media are responsible, as Starmer is, some of the media, by not having a real go. These are the facts, folks. Yeah, net migration, these are the round figures, 600,000. But hang on, how did he get there? Well, it's dead easy. 800,000 came in, which is a ridiculous amount, nearly a million people, and many of them illegal. And oh, 250,000 left the country. Rejoice. No,
No.
those were mainly young people
Yeah, they're the good
with
ones.
qualifications. So actually, putting the net migration figures is a double whammy against the whole thing. And we're still taking in 800,000 people.
And also, those 250,000 are highly qualified people who would contribute to our taxation scheme.
Yes. And
Yes.
they will probably vote not for you, Mr. Starmer, whereas the illegal immigrants and a lot of the semi-legal immigrants, because that's a good
Yep.
phrase to use, semi, they will certainly vote Labour. That's one big reason why he's allowing this to carry on.
He is a complete dictator. He really is a dictator that he doesn't like, it's like Putin. Putin, any election is rigged so that he gets in again. And that's what this guy's going to do. It's dreadful. Did you see, I saw this morning actually, I think I sent it to you just before we came on air, that Starmer has now said, now what do we know? Tell me, what do we know about vape shops? What do we know about nail bars? What do we know about car washes? Yes? What do we know? Ooh, dodgy dealings go on there. He has now said they are now able to employ migrants.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Unbelievable. Half these migrants are working for blooming gangs, and the
Yes.
vape shops are horrific.
You
I
might
mean,
as well
what
be in
is
jail,
wrong
being
with I
educated. Yes, being educated by other prisoners. It's the same
Absolutely
thing.
right. I mean, again, to me, it's just so transparent that he doesn't care how rankly dangerous it gets in this country. I am really surprised that there hasn't yet been a rebellion or a civil war here. I'm really, really surprised.
I think the people are being very cleverly kept down
Mm.
in
Mm.
their place and
Yeah,
thrown every now and again some smarties.
yeah.
Uh, what do I mean, smarties? Well, the pubs will be all right because during the World Cup you can serve beer till 4 o'clock in the morning. What? And what's that costing you, Starmer? Nada.
Mm.
Nothing. Zilch.
Mm.
Anything that costs zilch, he's good at doing because he's got no money to spend, of course. And when he has to spend the money, he goes cap in hand to the foreign ladies and gentlemen from various fund managers selling our own stuff off in Britain. And
Mm.
it's been going on for years. It's not just
Yeah,
Dharma, he's just the class
yeah.
act.
Selling the family silver.
Exactly that. And another figure that says it all. 1 in 5 people, working people in the United Kingdom, was born abroad.
Yes, I saw that.
Really. And of course, that goes with the other feature that people who are born abroad and are working within the economy because the Brits perhaps are too lazy or don't want to get their hands dirty. Oh, I don't want to go in that care home and help out and get paid half decent money. That's improving a little bit. But the whole thing is that there's a bill to pay and it's £125,000. That is the cost of giving and importing an immigrant, legal and illegal, on average. So all these people that tell you, lie to you, oh, what would we do without them? They're bringing valuable help and it's costing us nothing. It's costing everybody 125,000.
Absolutely right.
And it would be a
Absolutely.
lot more than that if many of them do, return to their own country in the last years of their life. So that saves quite a bit of money for the Exchequer. If they stayed in Britain, that 125 million thousand pounds is magnified twice as much. So these are the facts, folks, that you will get here. You won't in many mainstream media.
Oh, no. GB News, you will. Talk TV, you will. And Michael Graham, you will.
And you'll get it in some newspapers as
Yeah,
well.
but not. I don't know. I don't know which one. Well, I don't know which
Oh, the
one.
Mail usually get it right and the Express.
The
An
Mail,
occasional, the Daily Mail and the
Daily Mail. I
Express.
like the Telegraph.
The Telegraph are good as well, and that's a broadsheet paper. Although you get it in little sheets now, don't you, as well?
Well,
But
yeah.
most people get it online. So yeah, there is decent press, and don't. I do a lot of stuff with America, and we're always banging on about, and this is very apposite to what we're discussing now, about the gun laws. Everybody can have there's two views. I see both sides of it. I can understand why they have the gun laws. I'm not saying I support it, but I can understand. But
Mm.
I tell you what, we're always criticizing them about the guns. They cannot believe and are all now criticizing us about the rape gangs.
Yeah,
They cannot see a country putting up with 30 years of cover up.
I know.
And if you want anything worse than guns in your pocket, this is it.
I know.
Because it's hypocrisy.
It absolutely is. It is dreadful. It's a complete scourge on this country. It's just
And
dreadful.
it's
I
not
mean,
just the rape gangs, it's many other things.
oh yeah, it's yeah, absolutely. I mean, the stabbings are the thing over here so much, isn't it? It's you know, I just don't see how this is ever going to end. I just can't see it. I can't see. Let's see what happens with the Andy Burnham election, Makerfield, and they haven't got any interest in that. He's just using it as a stepping stone to number 10. He's got no interest in it. It's not looking good for him because Reform are absolutely throwing everything at it and they are doing really well. The stats this morning were that they were doing very well. Now, of course, he's got a problem because if he does not make it, and I hope he falls on his face flat, then he can't be mayor of Greater Manchester either. So he's lost out completely. That's what arrogance does.
There's a lot going on there underground.
I've always, oh, we only know, like, it's a bit like an iceberg, isn't it? We only know the little bit above.
Yes, and there's Rupert Lowe. You can admire him from what he says,
Yes,
his stance. But I'll tell you what, he could cost us dear.
yes,
I can't see him being allowed back, knowing what he said about Nigel Farage
yes.
into the reform camp. And although I agree with most of the stuff he says, um, if you've got a split vote on the right, which means the left getting in again, yeah, it's time to seriously turn the lights out, GB.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, really, I mean, I don't know why they fell out. Was it like a clash of two strong titans?
Well, yes, I suppose it was at heart, but I mean, there was an occasion that he's called reform from within reform, don't forget, a protest party, and Nigel Farage is the Messiah. Now, sorry, Rupert, let people think that they can think it, but if you're part of a party, you don't say a thing like that.
No, you don't. You
And
have to have
Nigel says,
loyalty. No.
off ski.
No, you can't. You have to be loyal. You can't. And if you don't, if you feel that way, you should go anyway, rather than, I mean, um, yeah, it's just so depressing. So depressing. I mean, I don't know.
Well, we'll cheer you up in a bit, but before we cheer you
I'm gonna
yes.
sit in the sun and have a coffee in a minute and cheer myself up. That's what I'll do.
Oh, there you
And then
go.
I'll go mooching around charity shops, which I love to do. I love it. I love charity shops.
All the secrets are coming out, girl.
I love it. Yeah, you get some amazing. If you live in a nice area, you can get some amazing deals. I mean, really, it is being in the right place at the right time. But I normally get, quite. I got some nice Dartington glass crystal glasses, nice ones they were, all plain, not carved. Lovely. I got them for £4.
My goodness
I
me.
love it. I love a bargain.
So you got to live in a posh area, girls, to get that going.
I will go outside of this area to go to a decent, yeah, I've been known to do that, I will go around the Buckinghamshire places where there's money,
And the books as well, talking about
Well,
booking.
you wonder if anybody reads a book anymore, because some of the children's books that would cost you 6, 7.99,
Mm.
you get them for 50p or £1, and they haven't even been opened. It's such a shame. I mean, nice ones like Julia Donaldson, and you don't, oh, incredible. Anyway, sorry. That's what I was going to do to cheer myself up today.
That's all right. We're all cheered up now. Let's go into the depths again. And the depths show us, and talking about America and what they think of us. Not only is it the rape gang sources, it's other things as well. Sharia law,
Oh,
the number of mayors that are Muslim. What? We're bad enough with New York uh, being thrown into chaos by our Muslim mayor there. But you've got a third of them. No, this is exaggerating. Of the mayors in Britain, they say it's not a third, but it's a good proportion, are Muslim, and they are changing the country, the culture, which is our key pride and joy, based on Judeo-Christian values.
mm,
Our
mm,
laws have always been based on that. And
mhm.
now they're saying, the Americans, you've got Sharia law.
I know.
Well, that's not strictly true, but it is if you look how it is
Hmm.
performing. If
Hmm.
you're not happy with British law, oh, we'll go to one of our own courts. Maybe I'll get rid of the
Can you
woman.
imagine us doing that in Pakistan?
Well, exactly. Maybe I'll get rid of my wife easier that way.
Mm. Oh, talking about that, the guy that came in the other day with 10 wives, umpteen kids, and they're all getting benefits.
Yep.
What is going on? You know, Birmingham has got a Muslim mayor, and all the council are Muslim. And you find them in the important cities, actually, don't you? That's where they are. It's like New York has got one. We've got Khan in London. What a absolute toe rag he is. I mean, he's a complete scrote, isn't he? You know, I can't stand the man. Yeah, but they are in key areas, key cities and towns. And I mean, this is a plan. There's no point saying it's not. They have a plan.
Talking about plans, Europe is a plan. Keir Starmer wants us to take us back, and we've always known this, and many others, into Europe. And in the King's speech, it's going on about ECHR, it's going on cuddling up to Europe, but the cuddling's been done. Look at the fisheries deal. Look at many other deals with the farmers. It's already there. We are obeying now European laws. And if you are a body language looker and seeing what's really going on, next time Sir Keir is cuddling up to Ms. von der Leyen, just look at the body language between them. And if you can't see that Starmer's got every way possible of leading us back into Europe, look at the body language.
Mm.
You can tell things, a lot
But
of
it's
things.
not, again, it's not what people wanted. It's not what they voted for.
No,
So
it's been done, it's over.
how does he get away with it? How does he all the stuff that he brings in is not discussed in the House of Commons? I just don't. I mean, how do we get rid of this guy? I just don't know how we do it. It is the worst thing that ever happened was him coming into power.
Well, yes, and if Burnham gets in Makerfield, I'm sure Starmer's time is severely limited.
Yeah, but
But
he's not going to be any better. I don't think
no, it's better the
him
devil
going
you
won't
know.
change anything. It won't
No,
change anything.
no, it
And
won't.
today he wants to apparently now borrow, is it 8 billion, which is nothing really, to put into the defence budget.
That's right.
Where's he going to get that from?
Diane Abbott's famous money tree is where he'll borrow that from.
Where do they get the money? Where do they get the money from, though? Where's it coming from?
Well, but bankers, it comes from. It comes from many money sources. Shadow banking, it can come from everywhere. And you've got to issue a gilt, a bond with a guaranteed payback. And hopefully you'll make that in 10, 20, 25 years.
More like
Well,
200
sorry.
years.
Right, we're running out of time. We've got to mention a con. We have been talking about various things, and we think beware public, because the internet, double-edged sword, good and bad, but the Americans are flooding us with best buys. This will cure your arthritis. This will cure your cancer. They can't say that. They say every other thing, but you've got no. If you can't get round the subject, it is they're offering snake oil as a cancer cure, and whatever it is, they've got the answer now. Public, don't waste your time, because what happens? You get a very verbose man or woman coming on the picture through YouTube, and it goes on and on and on. But you've got to watch it to the end, because you've got this condition and you want an out. So at the end, there's always a payback. This pill will cure you or will alleviate your symptoms. Now, there's an easy way to test whether it's a con or not. Dead easy. And that is, if you're watching videos, usually from YouTube, many people do, or anywhere else, you've got a little line that comes across the bottom. And if you get bored after 10 minutes, he's going on and on. Shift the slider along to the end. If you can't do that, and you can't on these con videos, cut it off. You're going to get nowhere. It's snake oil. Tip for everybody. Don't
Well, this
waste
is
your
this is
day.
because I got caught in this yesterday, which is why we were talking about it. I said that I was watching something because I know several people with type 2 diabetes. And this was a Dr. Lee, L.I., from Harvard Business School. And he went on and on and on that metformin, glipizide, and Ozempic are like really criminal drugs. That he's got three things that you can mix into a potion, one of them being honey. I mean, we didn't know what the other two were, things that you can get in your grocery store, and to clear out what he called it his toxic sludge that causes type 2 diabetes, and that, this can be absolutely turned around and be fine. And I've been listening to this for about 15 minutes, and I thought I'm bored, and then the phone rang, and I was trying to go, as Rodney's just said, to go, "Oh, what's wrong with my phone?" And the more I tried to drag it across, it went further back to the start. So anyway, I killed it because I happened to be on the phone to somebody else. And I was just saying to Rodney early this morning, "Hey, Lee wouldn't be guess what I was reading." And he said, "Could you move the slide?" I went, "No, I couldn't." So, yeah, be careful of Dr. Lee from Harvard. But there's another one out that I actually got rid of because I got bored on probiotics for dogs and animals. There's another one. So where you get, everybody loves their animals. You say, "Oh, well, I'll do that." And this guy recommending, and I got bored with that one. Yeah, so I had no idea that that was your clue. So yeah, be warned.
Yeah, that's made your day. Hey, we're going to go, and I'm going to make your day even more. Where's the best place in the world to live if you don't want murdering?
If you don't want murderers,
Yes, if you
in the
don't want to be murdered. I'll rephrase that.
well, your best place in the world. I've an island on your own, Robinson Crusoe Island.
Well, it's not. I've not got all the countries, but I've got some significant countries where it's not a good place to be.
Not a good place, right? I thought
Not
you
a
meant
good place to be.
right.
Number one, Russia.
Oh,
9.2 murders for every 100,000. That is high.
hmm.
The Ukraine, 6.2 murders for
Wow.
every 100,000. They're linked, perhaps culturally. You can see why it's high in Ukraine, maybe. Lithuania, you can link that to Russia. Russian borders, 4.5 per 100,000. Southern Europe, are you ready for this? Gibraltar, 3.01. Now, that's high, really. Can I say that the worldwide average actually is 6.2, but that includes really dodgy countries. So it's not really a good example to give. But three per 100,000. Now, they don't say the reason why. I want to posit a reason why because we know Jib very well. Jib is very tiny with loads of flats, close family huddling together, or the reverse, not huddling. And there's a lot of tension in Gibraltar. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know.
I would go to Bermuda. They hardly ever get one there.
Well, they've not got flats close together,
No,
apartments.
no. I mean, they do have to live close together
They've
because of
got space.
the size of the island, but they don't have much crime at all over there.
No, Western Europe generally actually is 1.7, which, we're living in a fairly safe area generally. But again, it's culture, the way you're brought up, the way you treat the family. Although the number of family murders in that lot is quite
But
high.
you've got drugs and drink and all that, haven't you? That
Yes,
add to it.
all part of it.
Mm.
Now, we will give you some quick good news. And that is, please, when you're feeling peckish, treat yourself to your own homemade scampi. And it's dead easy. and it's so different from the frozen stuff you buy. And get yourself some nice above average prawns because they shrink like mad. Don't get the tiny prawns, they're useless. So get yourself some big prawns. They're not cheap. And either your local fishmonger or whoever, in your case, comes round to your village in a fish van, get them from him. They are a pain because you probably split your nails, split your fingers, taking the shell off the beasts. Be also careful that you don't see a lot of black in a big stream all the way down. A lot of them, and especially here, and that's the elementary tract.
No,
If you
no,
get one of
no.
those, clean it. It's dead easy to clean with your thumbnail even. Get that out. Most people don't bother, but for older people and children, it can be very nasty.
I would never ever. I don't like hot prawns anyway, but I just no, I avoid because you don't know. I don't even buy them off the fish man because you don't know how long they've been there. I don't know. I just
Yeah, you've got to be careful with prawns. It's so easy to get caught out. If you don't want to risk prawns, of course, there's the old monk fish trick.
don't like that either.
Oh no, they're ugly beasts.
No, but I think the
Um,
fish is so dry. I find it heavy.
it it's not sweet like a prawn. That's the big
I
difference.
just do find it dry and heavy,
Yeah,
and not flaky and light.
a lot of restaurants cheat and put that out,
Mm,
and it's cleaner, but not as tasty. But in any case, whatever you're doing, get yourself a nice batter. Make your own batter out of plain flour.
mm.
Don't forget to salt and pepper it like mad, and even put a little bit of beer in it. That's nice. And use some nice groundnut oil, just a few centimeters in the bottom of a frying pan, or olive oil, not extra virgin, just the ordinary virgin olive oil, because the extra virgin has got too much of a low heating temperature.
Mm.
You need 180 just for 1 or 2 minutes. That's all it takes. That'll keep your prawn moist inside. There you go. Don't forget the lemon slices, and it's gorgeous.
I'm still going off to have my coffee with my oat milk.
Oh, how boring you are, madame.
All right, people, have a lovely time in the sun.
Well, you seem
Don't
to be.
forget your sun cream.
Yes, factor 50 we got. See you very shortly.
Okay, dokie. Bye bye now. Take care, everyone.